All right, I just got a notification, so we are live.
So did
I
I.
need to set myself up. King Robert Frank. Let's see.
I want to move that chair closer so I can put my foot up, but it's too far. I'll put it over here. Oh, that didn't work either.
All right. Some people are in here.
Oh, damn.
100
Jesus.
people. What's up, everybody? Rob will be on the audio. We're going to give him a call in a few minutes. I just wanted to get on here so everybody can get an update with Rob. Like I said, we're going to call him. What's up, Zach?
There's so many comments.
Yeah. All right, Marissa, here's what we're going to do.
What?
So
I'm going to do the thing.
Hey, Rob, I know you're in the live stream, so comment that you're in here so people know you're alive and in here. We're going to call you shortly. Rob is in the hospital.
Still.
It's been a month, not even kidding.
Yeah,
Thursday is a month.
It's a month.
We'll get into all that stuff, and we're going to call Rob. We'll keep this podcast pretty short, probably like a half an hour or so. We're live on YouTube right now, but I'm going to go live on the actual audio in a second. That way we have both. So, Marissa, you going to do the intro and everything?
Sure. I don't really know the intro, but okay.
Well, do your best. Hold on. We're going to go live. Let's see.
This should be interesting.
Let's see. Why is it saying Joey, you late, John Nelson? What are you talking about? East Coast Toasty Boy, $2 dono, says, at church, not trying to be corny, tell Rob I'm praying. You could tell him yourself because he's going to be in here in a second. I didn't see him comment yet. Rob.
It's okay.
Well,
He'll be in a second.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go live.
Doctors came in.
Who came in?
The doctors.
Oh, the doctors are in the room right now. All right, ready? We're going to go live. Testing.
Marissa says to me...
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Marissa says to me sometimes, your legs are getting bigger. No, bitch, they ain't getting bigger because I don't train no goddamn legs.
You're listening to the glorious House of Gainz podcast. Here's your host, Robert Frank.
You're that CrossFit guy that bashes CrossFit. And I'm like, yeah. Like, dude, I love your shit. Can I take a picture?
This is your host, Robert's wife.
That's the best. That's the best you could come up with?
To my right, we have the donut. What was that?
It's my phone.
We have the donut maker, the bread baker. I don't know what it is.
It's me. It's
Joey,
Joe.
no NPC.
Good job. It's just Marissa and I tonight, a.k.a. MBJ. If you are in the live stream, I've already let you know that Rob's going to be in here shortly.
He's going to call me out on my
well, he's actually going to have to connect to me, and I'll have him on the podcast because for the majority of people who are listening to the audio podcast after we've already done this and recorded it and put it out tonight, Rob is in the hospital. He has been in the hospital for 3.5 weeks, although he did come home for like 12 hours and then went right back, which we'll get into that in a second to give everybody an update. It's currently Easter Sunday. Happy Easter. We were supposed to do a podcast on Friday. However, Rob went back to the hospital. So we did not want to do one because it was an emergency surgery. And
also,
again,
I was there with him.
Yeah, so we'll get into all that. But I'm currently connected to the podcast. So when I call Rob, he will be able to hear us.
I do have to say one thing for everyone, because I know people say that I always listen to the podcast. If I always listen, I think I would get the intro correct.
Yeah, no, you do not listen to it that often. Let's read a couple super chats. I'll read the Patreon, and then we will let MBJ give an update on Rob, and then we're going to call Rob. Skralik the Destroyer, $5 dono. Doesn't say anything. Just says Skralik the Destroyer. $2 dono from United Stangs. Where's Ray? Ray is probably looting a store somewhere in Atlanta, so he's not here tonight. Wendy's Wonderful World, $25 dono, and that is deserving of. Says prayers for Rob. Thank you. Yeah, Rob needs all the prayers he can get. Again, he'll be on here shortly. We'll let him say everything he has to say. John Nelson, $5 dono, says, no champion hoodie. What the fuck? Listen, man, I'm in my Easter apparel tonight, John. I have a polo shirt on, so no hoodie tonight, although I do have one in my car. Keep Moving Adventures, 7 Canadian, whatever money is in Canada, I think. Just says from Keep Moving Adventures. What else we got? All right, that's got us caught up. So, look at that one. Tommy Cammy says, Rob's wife is hot.
Oh.
What do you think of that, MBJ?
I mean, I am, but...
Whoo! Hold on.
Ew, don't do
I missed
some
my
inappropriate
I missed my
noise.
opportunity.
Ew, I can't. I can't eat.
All right, Rob is now in the live stream. He just said, "What up, everybody?"
But I feel like that was not the full thing. You gave me like
no, I swear to God, the guy was nice. That's all he said. He had some emojis.
No, your sound effect. It was just a
Oh yeah, it's a titled "Sexy Moan." $5 dono from Mikey Stacks. It says, "I'm doing an extra set for Rob tomorrow for International Chest Day. Prayers for my boy Robert Frank." Tomorrow actually is the first day I'm going back to the gym since Rob's been out, which is going to be weird because I always go with him at nighttime, and I'm just obviously blowing up even more than I already was. So I need to get back because if he doesn't go back to the gym,
I feel like if you're waiting on him,
I'll be 350. Forget road to fucking 300. I'll be 350. $10 dono from Henry Wade says, "I remember when Rob got beat up by Michael Jackson in the gym. Hope he is okay."
that was a good video.
That video did
That
over
was
5
really
million
good.
views. I made a cameo in that video. All right, so we had 2 new Patreon members this week. It was Nick Walmsley and Mamalou Neef. Yeah, these names on the Patreon are just never normal names. I don't really.
Or can you just not pronounce them?
It could be that, but I do think that they put in like funny names, like not their real names. But anyway, let's get into the God Amongst Men members. Because I'm doing the audio, I can't actually do both. So here are the members. Oh, by the way, I played the podcast back last week, and I said a lot of times, and I think I'm doing it again. So,
I don't know.
yeah, I tell Rob all the time. He doesn't realize how good he is at like doing the podcast.
Yeah, he never says
He doesn't say
Nope.
He's
Even when he talks.
Yeah, it's very, very professional. All right, so the Barbell Chef, Tyler Price, Noah Oust, Coach J Powell 71, Ian Lawrenson, Harry Pasco, Chris Salfarley, J Marsh, Dusty Wing, JXPX Wheeler, Kimberly Gutierrez, TJ Anderson, Poppy Sebs, Muscles Marinara, Harry Pasco, Alpha and Omega, John Kuchak, Jackie Irvin, or Jack Irvin, or Jacquees Irvin. I fuck it up every week. D Tibbs, Will Torres, Lane Yardley, Jeremiah Robinson, Sean Cease, Jimmy the Bread Guy, Carl Angel Sr., Christian Flores, Jacob Heimer, Vincent Baffa, a certified G, Jeremy J, Joe Arakawa, Whiskey Biz, Kevin Zermino, Chris M, Kiwi Jace, Colin Moretti, Jose Estrada, AC Capola, and the one and only Spenny. And now for the Elite.
I did it just for you.
Wow.
Not
see?
you, Rob.
For Rob. I figured it wasn't for me.
It's not for you.
The Elite members are William Burns, Kevin Hackey, Bill Burns, Nathaniel Ellis, Mark Massaro, The Iron Giant, Zach C., Nathan Tejada, Victor, James, John Nelson, Damian McCoy, Eric Papadoc 43 Perez, Cody Lawson, Joe Burke, and Zach
Motherfucking Jack Z. Zach.
Rob's gonna be like, you fucked it up again.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The amount of shit that I've had to deal with, I fucked
Yeah.
up a lot. So he's going to have a list.
So, to give everybody an update, all your orders on Robert Frank 615 are all pumped out. So, all that is caught up for you. If you place an order, your order is being shipped to you. It'll be out the door by tomorrow morning. So, be happy knowing that you got your order. And as far as why we came on the podcast on Easter, it was because we were supposed to do the podcast on Friday. And we expected Rob to actually be here live in person. And he did come home on Thursday afternoon. And things were okay. You know, he was home for a couple of hours, and
Are
then,
you going to tell the story?
No, and then I'm just giving a very brief synopsis, and then things went south pretty quickly, and he was back in the hospital Friday morning. Today is Sunday, so he's now been in there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I mean, in the last 28 days is a month. Thursday is 28 days. So in the last 24 days. He's been in the hospital for 23 and a half of them. So, you know, he jokingly, I drove past the hospital a couple days ago and I waved to him and I sent him a picture. You probably don't know this.
No.
And I said, hey, my wife and I are just saying hi, you know. And he goes, yeah, I used to live in such and such city, but I live here now.
This poor guy, I can't even.
So, you know,
he probably could have seen you if he was on. He's
I
been
know.
to so many different rooms that the one point you could drive past Route 1 and wave, and he could see you out the window.
He's trying to keep his spirits up. So I mean, like I said, he's doing really good for someone who's in the position that he's in because it takes a lot. Alpha Omega $5 dono says, "Here's to Rob. Get well soon, brother. RF615 Nation family is and always will be behind you. RF615 Nation love you, but no Don Lemon." People love saying that. Rob started that a while ago. And then a real McCoy $2 dono says, "I'm here. Let's fucking go." All right, Marissa, do you want to give a brief? I guess when we left off, right? What was the last thing we did? A podcast.
The last thing was we did a podcast last Friday. So
like a week and 2-3 days ago.
Yeah. So on the March 24th.
He was recovering from.
No, on March 24th he had the subtotal colectomy.
Okay.
Ileostomy, the surgery.
We had him on the podcast that night? No.
No.
The next day, I think.
No, we did the podcast the Friday. So I think he called in, but he was getting 2 units of blood.
Yes. He was getting blood.
He called in very quickly.
But he had gotten that surgery.
He had gotten that surgery, subtotal colectomy, because he perforated, got 2 units of blood. Things were looking good.
Yes. Okay, that's where we left off.
He was feeling a little bit better.
Yep. All right, so go from there.
Okay. So
the weekend went by.
The weekend went by. Physical therapy comes, everyone comes in, his levels are starting to look good. He's eating, he's starting to feel better. And then Thursday, they gave it a couple of days why his levels were stable. And they were
Thursday, if you're listening, is 3 days ago.
What date is that?
Well, today is Sunday, Easter Sunday. So you figure Thursday was the 1st.
Was it Thursday? Did this happen Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday is when he came home.
So Thursday around 5 p.m., they tell us in the morning he's going to be discharged. We find, obviously in a hospital, as most people know, it takes a long time to actually be discharged once they tell you.
I have a question about that. Do you think that they purposely keep you till a certain time so they could bill you a certain amount? I was like, why don't they discharge people early in the morning?
No, maybe, but a lot of it is there's different doctors who have to do different discharge instructions. And of course, for Rob, he's had a lot of doctors. So they all have to kind of get on this one plan, and then they have to type up the plan that you go home with, and then all the medications. And it's just a long process usually. So they wheel him out to my car at 5 o'clock on Thursday. And we come home, obviously he's feeling sore, in pain. Thursday night rolls around. He's in a lot of pain. He wakes
P.S.
me
Before
up.
you keep going to that, for people who are asking what is wrong with him exactly, he has
ulcerative colitis.
Okay.
And he perforated.
Yes.
Which I explained on the last podcast means that your colon basically pops. He gets a hole in his colon.
And you can become septic.
Yes, because now the stool just explodes in your stomach, and that's toxic.
And you can die from that.
Correct.
Yes.
It's a life or
now,
death.
Now, for people who have
emergency surgery.
ulcerative colitis, he has it very, very badly.
He does.
To the point where they removed most of his colon.
Yeah, so people who have ulcerative colitis do not usually present symptoms for the first time and then get their colons taken out. This is not a common thing that happens. So unfortunately, I hate to say, but this is a severe, rare thing that he's going through. And it sucks. So then he has an ileostomy.
Which is the colon bag? Is that what you're talking about?
It's an ostomy bag. So it's basically made out of the ileum, the small intestine. And then that's his ostomy bag. So
okay.
that's where Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. So because a lot of people have been asking like what exactly has happened so far. So
I mean, you could just Google ostomy bag.
I know but people are like I'm not. People are just like fucking explain it to me, clown.
Yeah. I mean, I can explain it. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
All
I
right.
know so much now. So
Yeah. So he came home, right?
Yeah, he came home Thursday. You know, he was okay in the beginning. We packed some orders. He came down in the basement. You know, he was just relaxing. And then I would say at like 3 a.m. on Thursday, I went to sleep. I kept my door open. He stayed on the couch because he's more comfortable there. He woke me up. He was in a lot of pain. He was very swollen, which he was swollen when he left the hospital. But they say that can happen when you're lying in bed for, 20 plus days. Like everything gets like, what's the word? Like, at a place. Like he had a lot of fluids. He was lying for a long time, laying for a long time. It's just a lot of things that can happen. So anyway, fast forward, 3 a.m., a lot of pain. He ends up falling back asleep. I go to bed. And then we have our visiting nurse who is coming, a few times a week, whatever, just as needed. And
It's the first day she comes here.
First day she comes here. She does her walk through, she does her evaluation, she sees if we need PT, yada, 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 all that stuff. And she takes one look at like his back and his legs and the swelling. And she had been on the phone with the doctor already because she was saying like, hey, my patient's in pain. Like, can you up his medications? Yada, yada, yada. And then she saw one look and she was like, oh my God, you have to go to the emergency room right now. This is not normal. He has to go. And the doctor was like, the surgeon was like, yeah, if she's saying that, then you have to come back. So we go back to the hospital Friday we get there at like 12 o'clock. We wait in the emergency department for 3.5 hours before we even go back to a room. So this is a guy who had already been there for 21 days, got discharged for a day, had to come back, and they made him wait.
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah. Comes
back and they make us wait to the point where even my mom called up to the hospital and was like, this is not okay what's going on. Flash forward, we finally get in. They draw some bloods. They drew bloods while we were in the waiting room, and his white blood cell counts went up again. So the last time his white blood cell counts went up, he perforated. So obviously we're afraid. They want a CAT scan. They do whatever. We go back. Obviously, that takes a long time. He tells me to go home to do the podcast with you guys. Or pack whatever we were going to do. We were going to do something. I don't even remember.
We were going to do the podcast.
We were going to do the podcast.
Yes.
So I get home. I shower. I do my makeup for the podcast. I get a call from Rob's phone, and the doctor is on the phone. And my heart just I'm like, if a doctor is calling you from your husband's phone, it's not okay. And sure enough, he perforated again. And they had to do another emergency surgery. But, this time it was, more than the first time, because scarier than the first time, because the first time they took out part of his colon. They left his sigmoid and his rectum, right? So in order to reverse that ostomy, you need the piece of the rectum in order to do that in the future. But we have no idea where he perforated. But there's only 2 places where he could have perforated, the sigmoid or the rectum, which are essential for what he needs. So I rushed to the hospital. I literally got there in maybe 12 minutes, and they were already prepping him, already getting him in. It was really, really emergency. But again, we had no idea where it was. Of course, it was in the area that we did not want it to be. It took 2 hours, I think, the surgery. I stayed all night until 4:30 in the morning. They come up, they tell me it was where it was going to be, but luckily they did not have to remove pieces. They just kind of went in, took what they needed, flushed it out, and were
repaired whatever was there.
Repaired what was there, but again, it could always happen. But we're putting out good vibes that he's on the road to recovery. We're really hopeful that he's on the road to recovery.
So that was Friday.
Friday at 9 o'clock at night?
Yeah. So he's made it so far all the way through Saturday. And today is Sunday, most of today.
And he's doing much better today than he was the first surgery. He is just...
But I know that immediately after he got out of the second surgery, he had the tube through his nose.
Yes.
Which was super painful.
So he had an NG tube, which goes into your nose, down your esophagus, into your stomach. Yeah. And what it does is it suctions fluid that's in his stomach out. So it's fluid that shouldn't be there, and they suction it out.
Don't even bother getting into the details of what happened with that thing. Just know that the tube. My younger brother has Crohn's. When he was in the hospital, he had the same thing.
It is the most uncomfortable thing you can ever go through.
Awful.
When he came in at 4, so, he was in PACU for a while after the surgery. I had already known that he was out, but I wasn't leaving until I knew that he was okay. We were texting each other because he can't talk because the tube is literally like in his
down your
throat.
Yeah.
So uncomfortable. He can't eat, can't drink, whatever. And then he also has like another part where they put like a drain on the side of his stomach that puts out different kind of fluid from his stomach, like this red fluid. And he has so many IVs, so many tubes, so many things that all he can do is lie there like this. Yeah. Like he's literally can just lie there.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. He's in good spirits, believe it or not. But
he is.
He has his ups and downs, but he's overall
today is an up.
Well.
They did take the tube out today, which is actually faster than most. So, keep the prayers coming. I think he'll, he's going to be in the hospital for a while. They're obviously going to be extra cautious about sending him home. Yeah. But hopefully we are on the road to recovery. But it's been an exhausting month.
Shoot him a text. See if he's ready. If he's ready.
I'm sure he's ready.
I do want to read a couple super chats, and then we're going to get Rob on the line to give his.
He's probably MBJ, shut up.
Just how he's doing. We have a super chat from Publius 2K4. I sound like I'm illiterate, but I never know.
We never
who these
talked
people are.
about my dad. I guess my parents are watching the live stream.
Never talked about what?
So when Rob finally gets discharged to come home after 21 days.
You mean this is when he got discharged?
The first time.
Yes.
The first time, when he got discharged, and then before we came back, I forgot to bring him clothes to go home in.
So he went home naked with just a gown on, right? Yeah. Like his dick and everything was just hanging.
No, he had boxers. He did have boxers. But he had no pants, no socks, no shirt. He just had a jacket and a gown. He looked like a homeless person that my neighbors were like, what happened to your husband?
Did they ask for the gown back? Or they didn't care?
No, they throw gowns in the garbage.
Do they? Oh,
they don't reuse them.
Damn.
But it was terrible.
All right, so this is a $5 dono from Publius 2K4. It says, Rob, love you, brother. No Don Lemon. Get well soon. Man, Joe, just call me Pub. That's what Rob calls me. All right, Pub. There you go. And then we have another dono.
He said give him 5.
Give him 5 minutes? Mm-hmm. All right. This is from Sarthak, Syria. It's 179 of whatever currency that is. I have no fucking idea what currency that is. But it says, GWS, Rob, we here tuning in at 5 a.m. from India. God damn, it's 5 a.m. over there? Holy shit.
Who are they asking, are you a Patreon member too?
Well, people in the live chat talks amongst each other all the time.
Oh. So, I was going to say no, I'm not, in case anybody was.
Oh, are they asking if you have
a
Patreon?
I have no idea. I don't know how this works.
No, yeah. So people talk amongst each other. She does have an OnlyFans that I'm a manager of.
I do not have an OnlyFans. I hate you. I hate you.
Speaking of
my dad would kill me in my sleep.
Speaking of OnlyFans, are you aware of the girl from her name is like Bad Baby or some shit? She was on the Dr. Phil show, the girl who said Cash Me Outside. How about that?
Cash Me Outside. How about that?
Are you aware that she just turned 18 and in 6 hours she made an OnlyFans and made $1 million in 6 hours?
But what is she showing? She's like a 12-year-old.
No, she's 18 now. So she can show whatever the fuck she wants.
I mean, listen, I know that people make a lot of money on fans only, but it is not something I will ever do.
Okay.
It's never going to happen.
We transitioned from, I tried getting off of that to talk about the Bad Baby or whatever. Yeah. $1 million.
But she made $1 million just, I feel like, from being on Dr. Phil.
She makes tons of money all over the place. But could you imagine? I mean, dude, that's like, what is that? $200,000.
I mean, I don't know. Now that you say $1 million, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
John Nelson, $5 dono, says Joey has OnlyFans. Champion hoodie rubs. Fuck you, John. I do not have an OnlyFans.
I could see you doing weird things with Wendy's burgers.
For the right amount of money, I could. All right, so Rob said 5 minutes. What time? How long ago was that?
He said, call me freak bitches.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
He never said he was ready.
He said, call me freak. Okay. So that means he's like, stop talking about my wife being on OnlyFans. I told the doctor
he would kill me too. Maybe. I don't know if he would actually.
I told my wife to do like the feet one. Like
Your wife has amazing legs. She
Really?
should do an OnlyFans for just her legs.
All right, I'm gonna get on that. All right, here we
She
go.
has amazing legs.
Calling Rob. Rob, get ready.
Get ready, Rob. They don't care about us. They only
Yeah,
want
they're
Rob.
like, shut the fuck up.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We
I can. You are live on the Glorious House of Gainz podcast.
Oh, I love that fucking podcast, bro.
What's your name?
That's
and
like my favorite show.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Robert Frank, and I'm the women's pet and the men's regret. And what you see is what you get. Joe, I got to give you the same disclaimer that I gave Ray last week. While you and my wife are home alone, please don't fuck her.
Oh, give me a break. Don't
I'm
worry
joking.
about it. She's
I'll
not
be honest with you guys.
she's not into big guys. You know?
I'll be honest with you guys. I've been cranking this fucking Dilaudid. I have the biggest. I'm hoping it's a fucking gas pain. This is probably like a 20 on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm not concerned. I'm not worried. I think it's gas or whatever the fuck is going on. But I am in a lot of pain, so this is going to be a good distraction for at least the next couple of minutes. But you guys are doing a great job, by the way. And for fuck's sake, Joe, it's Jake Irvin.
You got it wrong
Jake
again?
Irvin.
Jake.
Was that another
Oh,
time?
fuck. No, I said Jacquees. I said Jack, and I said Jackie.
All right. So it's not that their names are hard. You just cannot read.
No, it's his name is fucking spelled Jacquues.
Yeah, I wouldn't get that either.
That's Jacquees. Or maybe he's French. If his name is fucking, what did you say, Rob? His name is Jack?
Jake.
Jake.
Like Jakes.
Yeah, well, tell him to fucking spell it that way then. What the fuck? Anyway, so how you doing, Rob?
He just told me.
I'm doing all right, man. I mean, it's finally, I feel like I'm in some better spirits. It was a rough dude, it's been a rough month, man. I mean, this could be the pain medication talking, but I feel like I'm turning the corner, and it's the next, we ruled out all the blood clots. We ruled out.
That's right. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, we ruled out. Yeah, we've had a lot of scares, and not only did I have the shit with the ulcerative colitis and the surgeries, but my fucking organs were failing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had nephrology in here every day. The heart doctors were in here. The lung doctors were in here. Like every organ in my body that could have failed was failing at the same time that all this other shit was going down. Plus, they couldn't manage my pain. They asked me the other day for some kind of survey or something. They were like, was there ever a time where you wished you were dead? I was like, yes.
I know. I thought he was kidding, and I was like, "You have to answer seriously." And then
I was like, "No, I really wanted to die."
They're going to totally send psychiatry in there.
Well,
like
that's
100%.
I'm assuming those are for to see if he's mental, right?
I mean, but at the same time, who could blame him?
No, I know
for what he's been through.
Yeah, Rob, I was going to tell you today. Your voice sounded different than previous 28 days. You know what I mean? You sounded a little bit, and I mean, if you want to talk about it a little bit. Everyone knows your status. We've already went through all that stuff. You posted a video today, right? I mean, you posted. I know you went live on YouTube last night, so you are being a little bit more active on social media, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too is people are like giving me like the wish that I said. I was like, listen, I was like, sometimes being supportive, sometimes. Being in someone's corner, sometimes rooting for somebody, it's just leaving them the fuck alone. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not getting bombarded with texts anymore. The DMs have slowed down because people know, like, yo, Rob's in my thoughts, he's in my prayers, he's in this and that, but like, I ain't got to fucking dig into him, and that has given me a lot of relief. You, Kaylee, and MBJ, and my dad, helping out with the store. Cleaning out the queue. Because people ask me, what can I do for you, Rob? You know how people say, bro, anything. I'll do anything. You drop of a dime, boom, I'm there, boom, boom, boom. You want to do something? You want to make me happy? Go to the store and buy some fucking merch. You guys fucking cleaned out the queue.
What are you doing?
That helped me out so much mentally, knowing that the customers are going to get their shit, and I'm feeling a little bit better. And I mean, mentally, if this cat can comes back fucked up before I leave here, I'm probably going to jump out the window. But
don't do that.
No, you're not.
What floor are you on?
I don't even know.
Is he on the first floor?
I don't even know.
He's not on the first floor.
No, I'm not on the first floor.
Anyway, those shirts can be purchased at robertfrank615.com.
Yeah. Yeah, and
do you have an update, Rob, in terms of when the earliest or date or any kind of updates on releasing?
Not anytime
day
soon.
to day.
Well, here's the deal. Today, I had surgery on what was that Friday night, and all day yesterday I was not allowed to eat or drink anything. I had tubes up my nose. I have a new tube that's coming out of the other side of my stomach. I got a shit bag on one side of my stomach, and I got a tube that's draining blood out of my intestines on the other side of my stomach. And I had a tube up my nose, which came out this morning, and now I'm on a clear liquid diet, so I can have like ices and Gatorade and juice, but I can't have any solid food.
And like chicken broth or something.
And
like
chicken
that.
broth and shit.
By the
I'm
way,
like I'm eating like a fucking AIDS patient.
Rob, that
and I look like an AIDS patient.
That tube you had down your nose into your stomach, the Pody had that, and he said it was awful.
Oh, he was miserable.
Awful.
The worst I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad, dude. But tomorrow, their goal is to get me to start eating food. See, the reason why I'm very hopeful for this time is because when I got out of surgery last time, the first time, I had zero appetite. Like I had no appetite. I was eating applesauce and fucking canned pears. Yeah, peaches and pears. Like I was fucking Don Lemon taking it up the ass. And but now I'm fucking starving. Like I just want to eat. I want to gain this weight back. I don't know if people know this or not, but I went down from 200. I was like 205, between 205 and 210 pounds before I went to the emergency room. In the emergency room, 2 weeks of shitting blood. I think, MBJ, what was I, 185, 187 when we first rushed into the ER?
Yeah, 185.
On the 11th?
That was, a month ago, 185.
Yeah. I went down to 138 pounds. My body was eating itself. I was basically dead. But with all the swelling and everything, like my legs are like elephants.
He's like,
you would think that I did legs. My
swelling is
fucking
an
lower back.
understatement. He's blown up. Like he literally was like blown up.
Yeah. So I have a lot of water weight right now, and they just weighed me in bed before, and I know I have a lot of water weight. I'm 155.
Oh, okay, good. And
But
improvement.
it's all water. Once all that water distributes, it's going to go away.
No,
because he has
hear you.
so when you pump him with a ton of fluids, that like it distributes like weirdly, I guess. So he has random spots where he's just like swollen, like just.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
it's not in the areas you want to be swollen. It's like his calf and his like areas of his back. It's like it's freaky looking.
Well, you go from eating 6 meals a day to the gym every day. Just stopping that alone, Rob, you're gonna end up losing weight, and then on top of getting sick, obviously. But you'll have a good comeback story. That's why you've been filming and taking pictures of everything. We do have a super chat from Denal Alfano. $5 dono. It says, MBJ is a smoke show. No disrespect, Rob. I'm just saying. Get better soon, homie.
I'm over here in the hospital and people are trying to fuck my wife. Man. What the fuck?
God.
Somebody else.
That doesn't mean that.
Somebody else asked how old she is. So Rob, so no actual date though as of right now, right?
No, they're gonna keep me here a while. We still got to eat. I still got to be able to eat and maintain the diet. And the big test is going to be, the next CAT scan to see what they see. And if
He's not leaving that hospital without a CAT scan.
Did they, Rob? Before we let you go or anything, did they actually mention why you perforated again? Did they ever say why?
He doesn't
they really
respond
didn't.
to the like typical regimen that they have to treat this stuff. So they've been trying to treat it. He's a severely bad case. Whatever they try, it's not working, because a perforation is when basically it's like your colon saying like fucking enough.
Yeah.
Like it's so inflamed to the point where it just boop,
Tears open, yeah.
just boop. But I don't know. I don't know.
Well, hopefully everything keeps going good. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or anything you got to say?
Nah, I mean, not really, dude, man. Just, it's like, it's so cliche and cheesy and corny. Like, thanks for the love, thanks for the support. I don't want to put myself over or anything like that. Like, but, who I should be putting over is obviously the team that we have, with the t-shirt store and everything. Everybody's still getting everything out. The Patreon fam, my parents, everybody in our inner circle who is a part of it, and all the people that actually give a fuck. I said last week that, there's a difference between Instagram and Facebook and Twitter people that are just waiting for the next rage video, and then the people that actually give a fuck about Rob. You know what I mean? And that's why we do the podcast. That's why I keep people updated, and that's it. Just want to say thank you. And let's get the fuck out of here. Let's go back to let's get this surgery corrected. Let's get this thing flipped, so I don't have a shit bag for the rest of my life. Let's go back to getting jacked, to getting tan, getting juicy as fuck, being alpha as fuck. Because this whole fucking these last 3 weeks have questioned my alphaness, and it was getting close to where I was on the verge of becoming some little soy boy beta cuck.
Becoming a Chad. You're not going to be a Chad, okay?
Yeah, we can't do that. So I'm just trying to, stay strong, stay positive. We will be jacked again. It'll be an epic comeback story, like I said last week. And just thank you, everybody, and thank you guys for doing the show. And people, don't be bashful, okay? RobertFrank615.com. You want to help? Every time I hear that cha-ching on my phone, it makes me happy. You want to lift my spirit?
Because he's not the one who has to pack the orders.
Well, listen, people are going to get good Steel supplements, and I want to thank Steel Supplements too for riding with me through this whole thing. Everyone. I had to put Cameo on pause. I know people are asking me, "Yo, when are you coming back on Cameo?" They want personalized videos. I can't do that shit right now. I can't yell. I can't scream. I can't motivate people right now. You guys need to motivate me, and we'll be back. But Joey, MBJ, thank you guys. I'll let you guys close out the show. To everybody in the live stream that tuned into this and listening to the playback, thank you. I love everybody, and I'm looking forward to an epic fucking comeback.
See you. See you when you get home. Otherwise, talk to you tomorrow or later.
All right, later. Fuck bitches, get money.
See ya. And he fucking hung up on me. I didn't even get to hang up on him. Motherfucker.
You poor thing.
We have two super chats from Alpha Omega, $5 dono. It says, we all love Rob. We all love you, Rob. The comeback is going to be gloriously epic. And then Rimder X, $5 dono, says, buying a shirt and joggers tonight when my check hits. Man, I don't have much, but I'll buy some clothes, brother.
I will be personally packing those myself. In case anybody wants to know.
And then Eric Perez, $5 dono, says, Swole's a goal. You got this, Robert Frank.
Ask him what size. I'll pre-pack it now.
So, to everybody listening, obviously, if you're in the live stream now, I'm going to post this in a minute on all the podcast platforms, your SoundCloud, iTunes, you name it. And then you could hear it from the beginning. If you're looking for an update on what has been happening to Rob, the last two episodes, episode 150 and 151, we discussed, what had been happening to Rob over those weeks. And now this is obviously episode 152. And Rob is unfortunately still in the hospital, going on a month this coming Thursday. Today is Easter Sunday.
Are you going to do a podcast Thursday this week?
I mean, we should. I mean, yeah. I don't see why we wouldn't. We'll obviously do one either Thursday or Friday, whatever works. But otherwise, everybody, MBJ, you have anything you want to close out with?
No, I keep yawning. In all fairness, I've been at the hospital for the 21 days, 20, what is it, 25, 24 days now?
A long time.
Nothing to say. I think that he is on the road to recovery now. There's definitely been a lot of hiccups and bumps and emergency surgeries, but I think that we finally have this now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he's doing much better. All right. I guess that's it. And everybody, MEJ, by any chance, do you want to tell your age for the people who asked?
I'm going to be 31 July 4th.
All right, everybody. Talk to you in a week.
Wait, I don't even get to read the comments. Is anyone going to say I look young? I look like you just cut me off?
We're on a fucking sorry. I thought we close out with something spicy.
All right, close out.
And then Strider for Life just sent in a $5 dono. It says, get well, Rob. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Swallow is the goal, size is the prize. It's Gainz o'clock, motherfucker.